welcome back to my channel. You guys, I am not enjoying being on a book buying ban. Like, honestly, I'm really not. And so this month I am building my TBR solely based on what I already have. I have no new releases in this pile. I don't have very many like fall inspired, or like you're not gonna see leaves on the cover of the books or anything like that, because I said I was on a book buying ban from August through September and that I could not purchase books until October unless they were like from things I sold and all those good things, whatever. Like, I have a bag of books that I still haven't went and gone to like the consignment place. So I haven't bought any books. Now, there was a day that I did open up my side table and there were 2 brand new books in there. I didn't buy them, so it doesn't count. But they are on my September TBR. My September TBR is a little bit, I would say, adventurous. It's like a little hopeful. It's very hopeful since I would say I haven't been reading this many books like in a long time, but I just wanted to give myself variety and pull things that still felt a little fallish, a little like moving into spooky season. Now, I'm not one who like does Halloween or anything like that, but I definitely do follow the mood and the season when it comes to reading. So before I start yapping too much, I also want to say that I am taking some of these books on a trip. And if you don't already follow me over on Instagram, you can go ahead and head over there. My Instagram, my TikTok, and my Goodreads are always linked in the description box below. So that way it's easy for you guys to find me. And I talk about what I'm doing day to day in between filming. If I'm not going to get an upload up, like if I miss an upload, which I did last week, you will already know that because I will talk about it over on my Instagram and my stories. I am very informal. Is that the word that I'm looking for over there? I don't really like pre-plan, prep stories or anything like that. It's literally, you could just, whatever I'm feeling of the day, then you just follow along. You get to know me a little bit better, a little bit more personally. But now I'm yapping, so let's go ahead and get into my September TBR. Now, I want to start off this TBR video with the thrillers. I want to bunch them together because of the fact that I spent majority of the summertime and a lot of the springtime reading romances, and I'm ready to kind of like move away from that. Not all the way, I'm a romance girly through and through, but I love a good thriller. Also, I'm going into these a little blind. Most of these books, if not all of these books, I'm going into almost completely blind. Some of these I did not read the synopsis really on the back. I've just kind of been trying to get more into picking books based on like nothing that has to do with what's current and hip and hot right now. There are going to be some TikTok books here, but I'm like 2 or 3 years behind when it comes to the books. So the first book that I'm going to read is a book that my husband did get me, and it's The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I felt like I definitely wanted to have a Frida McFadden book this month because I don't know, I just feel like I'm like in a life slump, and I have noticed that a lot of book talkers, a lot of like booktubers, bookstagrammers are in a slump too. And I wonder if maybe it's like the fact that there's books coming out every single day and everybody's just so overwhelmed, but that's for another day, for another video. But he did get me The Tenant. He actually went on my Amazon account and saw the different books that I had sitting in my cart and then went out and bought them and brought them here. So there's no place like home. Blake Porter is riding high until he's not. Fired abruptly from his job as a VP of marketing, unable to make the mortgage payments on the new brownstone he shares with his fiance, he's desperate to make ends meet. Enter Whitney, beautiful, charming, down to earth, and looking for a room to rent. She's exactly what Blake's looking for, or is she? Because something isn't quite right, the neighbors start treating Blake differently. The smell of decay permeates his room no matter how hard he scrubs. Strange noises jar him awake in the middle of the night, and soon Blake fears someone knows his darkest secrets. Danger lives right at home, and by the time Blake realizes it, it'll be far too late. The trap is already set. So since I am actually leaving to California on Thursday, I think I'm going to take this one with me to take on the plane because Frida's really easy to get through and read, and also there's going to be no like spice or anything popping up out of nowhere while you're sitting next to strangers on a plane. So I'm definitely excited to read this one. Frida always gets me out of a slump, or she's very fast paced. It's like a 1 to 2 day book, and I think I've only disliked maybe 1 or 2 of them that were like 3 stars or below for me. Next, we have a very older book that was very popular in the book community a while ago, and that's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Yeah, I have not read this. I did share this in my summer book haul. I had no intention on reading it until it became fall. And this one is featuring a character who is looking into the death of her friend, who it was thought that the boyfriend killed her, and it may not be. So she's investigating to see what really happened to her friend. It is YA. And actually for a YA book, the words are pretty little. It is YA though, so I expect it to be kind of like faster paced and not hard to get through as well, which will be great to kind of get me working out of the reading slump. And then last for the thrillers for this month, I have Pretty Girls. And every time I see this cover, and I've said this before if you've been here for a while, this cover reminds me of the cover of The Lovely Bones. And it says, Sisters, Strangers, Survivors. It's been more than 20 years since Claire and Lydia last spoke. Claire is the glamorous trophy wife of an Atlanta millionaire. Lydia, a single mother dating an ex-con, struggles to make ends meet. But neither has recovered from the disappearance of their sister, Julia, 2 decades earlier. And the shocking murder of Claire's husband brings the horror and heartbreak of the past roaring back into their lives. The vanishing of a teenage girl and the killing of a middle-aged man, almost a quarter century apart. What could connect them as they form a wary truce? The surviving sisters unearth the secrets that destroyed their family all those years ago and find the astonishing truth where they least expected. This was originally on my summer TBR in the very beginning of the summer, but I just never ever got to it. It happens, y'all, it happens. Just move it on down, move it on down. One of my friends from the book club, actually the person who runs Hush Reads VA, she said that this book made her cry. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Now we have one like contemporary fiction. I believe you can actually find this in the romance section, and that is Time of Your Life. I kind of put Jessa's books all into contemporary fiction just because of the way that she writes. But this features, what is this? She wasn't supposed to meet someone like him. He wasn't supposed to be her undoing. So I think this is kind of like another like celebrity meets a beautiful model girl type situation, and he's no good. He's probably cheating on her or something. It's probably a lot of drama. This is like your messy book. This is your messy book. It's here for a good time. That's what Jessa's really good at, creating these very unconventional, difficult relationships and interconnections between characters that it brings a realness of the real world and not so much of like this picturesque, perfect love story. And I really do enjoy that about her writing. I will say I did see some of the reviews not be so great, but I love Jessa and I will always pick up whatever she writes. The only thing I haven't read yet is Never. So I'm gonna get to this one hopefully this month. Y'all, your girl is tired. I'm tired. I've been getting ready for this trip. I've not had a break from these 6 children of mine. And I swore off Celsius's, I wanna say like 2 years ago or something like that, when I realized that they were giving me anxiety. And this week, they're the only thing that has been getting me up. The only thing. Y'all pray for me. Okay, next we're getting into the biggest stack, and that is still the romance stack, because your girl loves a good romance story, okay? She's a hopeless romantic. So the first one that I'm gonna get into is gonna be Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and I want to read this and see what her writing's like, because I know that People Watching is her new book, and the cover is so beautiful. It's so 90s fall autumn-esque. I just love the cover so much. So I want to see what her writing's like. I do have also, what is that, Out in the Woods. And I want to get to this one first. Winifred McNulty has always been wildly independent and not one to be coddled for her limb difference. Wynn has spent most of her life trying to prove that she can do it all on her own. With some minor adjustments, she's done just fine. Hooking up at a costume party with the incredibly charming Beau changes everything. Wynn finds herself pregnant and decides to keep the baby. While Beau is surprisingly elated to step up to the plate, Wynn is unsure whether she can handle this new challenge. Together, Wynn and Beau decide to get to know each other as friends and nothing more while they embark on this parenting journey together. But as they both should know by now, life rarely goes according to plan. This is an unexpected pregnancy trope. I like that. So I never knew that I liked the unexpected pregnancy trope until I read Ready or Not. I think that was the first time I read that trope, and ever since I've not disliked that trope ever. If you don't like it, that's fine. I kind of like it. Next, we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. And because I loved The 7-Year Slip so much and it has an autumn vibe, I think the magical realism is a great way for people who aren't into certain things during like the spooky season to still get the feel of it without feeling too deep into it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you do, go ahead and comment down below. This features two people who, one is writing a song. She can't get the song out of her head because it's the man's voice is in her head. And basically they're having some like telekinesis thing going on, and that's part of the love story. That's all I really got from it. I'm not gonna read the whole back. I already read the entire back during my haul, but that's basically what I got from it. And I just thought that she's perfect for the fall. Next, we've got these three books here. Now, I have 3 cowboy romances. These two are very thick. I don't know if I'm gonna actually get to them, and this is what I meant about me waiting a long time to read some popular books. I have Flawless and Done and Dusted, and then I have Off to the Races. This one I have not really seen much about. I believe this is like her first series, and then this one obviously is the one that blew up everywhere, the Chestnut Spring series. And then we have Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Honestly, I've always wanted to read these because just simply because of the covers. So whoever does her covers, you did. This was another one of the books that my husband had put into my drawer the other day. And so I thought, you know what's perfect? Cowboy romances. I really wanted to do them in the summer. I did not get around to them, but I'm hoping to get around to them for the fall and do like a whole reading cowboy romances for the first time type thing, because I've not read one. Not one. There's another one I have over there too that would be a part of that video if I do decide to do that, and I have never read any of them. So let me know which one of these you guys liked, because the cowboys, the ladies love the cowboys. They love the cowboys. And also I want to let you guys know that I did already finish 2 books this month. One of the books I will tell you is Capone Book 2, and part of my TBR is to listen on Audible to Capone Book 3. I would like to finish that part of the series and close that out. And when I tell you guys that series is so messy, it's so messy. I don't know how you guys just like read it and don't like listen to it, because listening to them talk and the accents, like all of that in that type of book just really changes and brings the story to life for me. My husband actually listened to Capone 2 before I did, and he was like, I'm ready for book 3. I'm ready for book 3. So I did finish that one. I will tell you guys all about it in my reading wrap up for the end of September, but I just want to let you guys know I am doing those on audiobook completely now at this point, because I just love being immersed into the story. Okay, you guys, so these are my 10 hopefuls for the month. I have 9 physical. I did one already on audio and have another one to do on audiobooks. That's technically 11 hopefuls for the month of September. And I have been sticking to my book buying ban because my husband buying books, unbeknownst to me, does not count. It does not count, okay? So whatever you guys are reading, let's talk about that down in the comments below. What are you excited to read this fall? What are some books that you've been meaning to get to? And what are some of your absolute favorite recommendations to give people in the fall season? So you guys, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and until I see you next time, happy reading. Golly, it's hot in here. I don't know why I thought I could do this without the fan.